What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. Why was the Luna revelation to Will so amazing? At the conclusion of Tuesday's episode, the writers of The Bold and the Beautiful made a startling and dramatic move. Fortunately, we don't have to wait a few days to find out what happens next, even if the ending seemed like a Friday cliffhanger. Furthermore, they strategically chose to air it on what is likely the most uninteresting day of the week. Although most viewers would anticipate a dull Tuesday episode finale, this one left us wondering what wild things Luna would do to Will now that he is aware of her existence. What transpired on The Bold and the Beautiful yesterday? On The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam assisted Will in finding his hidden admirer. Will asked Liam to assist him in finding the location of the unidentified female who has been texting him during Tuesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Luna is staying in Lee's flat, which Liam located using his computer. Luna was in the bathroom when Will arrived and went into the flat. He insisted that whoever was making the noise come out and reveal their identity. He made it apparent that he believed he was with his girlfriend when he asked her via the door if she was the girl from the party night. Will appeared to be about to have a heart attack, while Luna briefly displayed signs of terror before leaving the room with her trademark smile. Given Lee's frequent threats to Luna that she must conceal her presence or risk going back to jail, we anticipated that the writers would postpone the reveal until Friday or later. Fortunately, though, the authors are advancing the plot, so we may now speculate as to what Luna will do to Will. She could do the following two things. If Will tells anyone that Elektra is still alive, Luna might threaten to kill her. Luna's insane behavior on The Bold and the Beautiful is unpredictable. Luna may not be ready to announce her existence to the world just yet, as she continues to take pregnancy tests on The Bold and the Beautiful to determine whether her night with Will resulted in a Spencer baby. She may therefore threaten to assassinate Will's cherished lover, Elektra, unless he keeps his word. Since Luna already slipped out of the apartment wearing a disguise and he didn't recognize her at the party despite the fact that her wig and huge sunglasses weren't the best disguises in the world, Will is certain that she is insane enough to pull it off. Will might be locked in the closet, have his hands bound together, and be gagged by Luna. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Lee is always coming and going from her apartment. Given that this is Luna, we must be ready for anything. Lee also seems to come and go from her residence, let's face it. Because she must constantly meet with Luna's lawyer, she never remains for very long. Lee probably won't even be in the apartment long enough to hear Will if he makes any noises if lunatic Luna binds his hands together, gags him, and locks him in the closet. Fortunately, Liam is aware of Will's whereabouts because he was the one who followed Luna's text messages to the flat. Therefore, unless Sheila becomes suspicious and discovers what Luna is up to first, Liam will know where to find Will if Luna traps him there for days. And perhaps it will be she who saves Will. Bravo to The Bold and the Beautiful for providing us with an exciting conclusion to what would have been a dull Tuesday. When Will saw Luna alive, we were nearly as astonished as he was. And we adored the numerous photos of him backing away from the menacing Luna and her sly smile while looking horrified directly into the camera. That was the icing on the cake. How is he going to escape this situation now? What started out as an apparently routine Tuesday episode, an episode day that fans often dismiss as filler between Monday's setup and Friday's cliffhanger, suddenly turned into a masterclass in soap opera drama, suspense, and shock value, giving viewers a moment they not only didn't see coming but also one that instantly redefined the trajectory of multiple storylines. The writer's subversion of expectations is what makes the Luna revelation to Will so brilliant. It was also perhaps one of the boldest moves The Bold and the Beautiful writers have made in recent memory. Rather than prolonging the suspense until Friday or even the following week, the creative team chose to pull the trigger on a Tuesday, revealing a revelation that was both shocking in its timing and jaw-dropping in its execution. With her unpredictable behavior, cunning disguises, and obsessive grip on Will Spencer, she was going to continue lurking in the shadows, torturing him with cryptic texts, and leaving audiences wondering when the inevitable confrontation would finally occur. When Will stormed into that apartment and demanded answers, what should have been a gradual build-up to a weekend payoff instead exploded into a face-to-face encounter that was both thrilling and terrifying, with Will visibly trembling as his heart seemed to stop in his chest while Luna emerged from the bathroom with her trademark sly smile playing across her lips. In doing so, they not only shocked viewers out of complacency but also reminded us why daytime drama thrives on unpredictability, radiating both amusement and menace in equal measure, and that look alone was enough to solidify her as one of the most unpredictable characters on the canvas. This reveal was so amazing not only because of the timing and the setup, but also because of the psychological chess game it started. Will, who had assumed Luna was dead or permanently gone, suddenly found himself facing the woman who had tricked, manipulated, and seduced him under the guise of Electra Forrester, and seeing her alive made him and us rethink everything we had assumed about the party night, the texts, and the secrets Lee Finnegan has been keeping, because the walls closed in on Will at that moment, and the audience realized that Luna was still playing her twisted games based on the sheer terror in his wide eyes. The reveal's genius lies in its multiple possibilities, because now that Will is aware of her existence, Luna has the power and justification to intensify her manipulative behavior, possibly threatening him, blackmailing him, or even holding him hostage to keep her secrets from reaching Electra or the larger Forrester circle. The small, cramped apartment, the fact that Lee is always coming and going and could stumble upon this powder keg of a situation, the possibility that Liam Spencer, who used his tech savvy to track the texts and knows Will's location, could arrive at any time, and the added chaos of Sheila Carter lurking in the background of all this drama, a wild card who could easily swoop in and change everything again, all contribute to this sense of immediate danger. The revelation feels more like the first move in a much larger than simple twist. Far more dangerous game, and it is precisely this kind of unpredictableness that makes soap opera reveals so iconic. Instead of spoon-feeding the audience or dragging the suspense until the moment lost its impact, the writers gave us a gut punch at the exact moment we least expected it, and the payoff was not only Will's horrified reaction, but also Luna's chilling calmness, her sly grin, and her complete lack of fear as she faced the man who could expose her. That dynamic between a terrified victim and a smiling predator is what made the scene pop in such a cinematic way, reminding viewers of the best psychological thrillers, where one character has all the cards while the other finds it difficult to understand the truth of their situation, and the consequences of this reveal go far beyond Will and Luna themselves, as Ridge, Brooke, Taylor, Hope, Liam, Carter, and even Eric will now be pulled into the aftermath once Will eventually breaks under the pressure or Luna's schemes get out of control. The genius of it is that it has put Will, who is typically a supporting character in the Spencer family's orbit, right at the center of one of the most twisted storylines the show has tackled in recent years, giving him agency, fear, and conflict in ways that make him more significant while also solidifying Luna as one of the most insane yet fascinating characters on the canvas. What makes the reveal even more satisfying is the attention to detail, such as how the camera lingered on Will's face as he backed away in horror, how Luna's smile didn't falter as if she relished his fear. Because it wasn't just a reveal, it was a moment of pure, distilled soap opera artistry, executed with timing, precision, and flair. When you add in the layers of future conflict, such as Luna's pregnancy test drama, the possibility of a Spencer baby, Will's moral dilemma about whether to go public or stay silent, and the inevitable involvement of Liam, who already suspects something is very wrong, the sound design's emphasis on the apartment's pounding silence, broken only by Will's shaky breaths. All of this created a visual and emotional punch that fans couldn't stop talking about. And Lee's precarious position as the enabler who has been protecting Luna from consequences, the reveal becomes even more amazing because it is the domino that sets all these storylines into motion, guaranteeing that the fallout will last for weeks, if not months. Fans are aware that the best soap opera reveals are not just about the immediate shock, but also about the countless narrative possibilities they unlock, and in that regard, Luna's reveal to Will ranks among the most exciting we've seen in years. It was an electrifying burst of energy that transformed an ordinary Tuesday into a must-watch cliffhanger. As such, it deserves to be remembered as a masterwork of plotting, character development, and sheer dramatic bravado.